Hey y'all, happy Wednesday evening. I'm your girl, Taria. Thank you for tuning into another WEIGO, aka What Else Is Going On YouTube episode. The podcast, What Else Is Going On podcast, can be found wherever it is you find your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, all those good things. I just had dropped an episode today. It was a day late because normally the episodes come out on Tuesdays and Fridays, the audio version. And I just had an episode with Brooke Ashley that you can watch here on YouTube or you can listen to on the podcast. So please subscribe over here on YouTube and then also go over to your favorite podcast app, type in What Else Is Going On and hit the follow button. I feel like my brain glitched like 2 or 3 times doing this intro. So anyway, I'm glad that y'all are here. So I just wanted to come to y'all and talk to y'all about some things. So y'all may notice that I got my shoulders out for second day in a row. Shout out to my boo Amanda. She had sent me a message saying my shoulders was looking good. I said, y'all gonna get a shoulderless shirt every day. No, not really. I had a recording with somebody else earlier, and I was like, let me put on my little shoulderless shirt, give y'all a little bit of shoulder action. I'm currently working my arms back out to get them to where they used to be and better. And y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm gonna have no sleeves every time I get on this platform. But anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday so far. If not, I hope that it improves for you tomorrow. We're almost near the end of the week. So let's get into some things. First up, let's talk about who else we've been talking about for the last how many months? Diddy. Diddy silent on shocking new report tying him to Tupac's unaliving, as cop who cracked Tupac and Biggie Smalls' unaliving links him to cold cases. I'm going to read that again because that was really wordy. This is according to Radar Online. Diddy silent on shocking new report tying him to Tupac's unaliving, as cop who cracked Tupac and Biggie Smalls' unaliving links him to cold cases. Embattled hip hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs has remained silent following the release of a shocking new report tying him to Tupac Shakur's September 1996 unaliving, RadarOnline.com has learned. In a bombshell report published by New York Magazine on Wednesday morning, former LAPD detective Greg Kading revealed that Diddy ordered a hit on Tupac months before the rapper was unalived in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. Kading, who claimed to have cracked the Tupac and Biggie Smalls cases before being pulled off the task force over an internal affairs investigation into his conduct in 2009, said that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis admitted to Diddy's involvement in a secret confession under a proffer agreement that barred prosecutors from using his confession in court. Keefe D alleged that Diddy told a room full of Crip gangsters that he wanted them dudes' heads and offered him $1 million to unalive Tupac and Death Row Records' Suge Knight in 1995. Man, we'll wipe their A's out quick, Keefe D reportedly told Diddy at the time. But things got personal when Tupac allegedly punched Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Anderson, in the face during a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas in September 1996. I remember this. It was my second year away at school. I was living in my apartment, and I remember the fight, and I remember then hearing that he was pow, but of course he survived that one. Keefe D then allegedly obtained a .40 caliber Glock from a drug dealer named Eric Von Zip Martin and hit the streets to hunt Tupac down with his nephew, who opened fire and pow the rapper 4 times, killing him. Wait a minute. He got, okay, so I'm thinking of the wrong time. I thought that the first time he was pow was in Vegas after a fight and he lived and then he got shot again. I know I'm not crazy. Well, anyway, so that's what they say that happened. After the pow-powing, Diddy allegedly called Martin to ask, was that us? Keefe D confirmed that it was and demanded the $1 million bounty that Diddy had offered, but never received any payment. Although his confession was protected under the terms of the proffer, Keefe D later publicly admitted to his involvement in Tupac's unaliving in his memoir and was ultimately arrested and charged with unaliving in September 2023. He is scheduled to face trial in November. Diddy did not respond to New York Magazine's request for comment on the shocking report, but he has repeatedly denied any involvement in Tupac's unaliving and referred to Keffe D's claims as nonsense. I remember, again, when Tupac was unalived, and I remember there being conversation around it having something to do with Diddy, just like when Biggie was unalived, there was conversation around Diddy being allegedly being very aware and possibly involved. So this is not necessarily shocking, but at the same time, I guess the detective coming out saying, hey, I cracked the case and then I was removed from the case because there was some internal investigation into his conduct. I wonder if that investigation was real. Did he really have conduct that warranted being investigated, or were they trying to pull him off of the case so that it wouldn't go any further? Who knows? But child, let me tell you something. Diddy, your days, baby, your days, counting down the days for you. Because you could end up, I'm thinking he could, if this goes further, could end up behind bars if he's tied to this, right? I mean, not just being accused of, but them actually linking him to this, maybe. Who knows? But child, your days, Diddy, your days. Next up, let's talk about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai finalized divorce after custody battle abuse claims. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai finalized their divorce Tuesday, less than a year after separating. The former couple sealed the deal of their settlement, so it is unclear who walked away with what, according to court documents obtained by TMZ on Wednesday. Mai had previously asked the judge presiding over their case not to enforce their prenuptial agreement, arguing that she did not have enough time to thoroughly review it before their March 2021 wedding. It is also unclear whether the pair came to an agreement about the custody of their 2-year-old daughter, Monaco, which had been a point of contention. The put-on rapper 46 filed for divorce from the former The Real co-host 45 in September 2023, and later claimed she acted as a gatekeeper between him and their toddler. Although Jeezy, whose real name is J. Wayne Jenkins, believed Mai was not acting maliciously, he claimed their temporary custodial agreements had stifled his relationship with Monaco. The TV host denied the Grammy nominee's claims, insinuating he had been unfaithful and questioning the safety measures put in place while their daughter was in his care, such as safety securing and locking away all firearms and having properly trained caregivers around. So that's pretty much it as far as their divorce. So their divorce was finalized yesterday. TMZ obtained the court documents today. We don't know who walked away with what and if the terms of their custody were hashed out because the records are sealed. So, I mean, it's a step in the right direction. At least their divorce has been finalized. I would be interested in knowing if the prenup was enforced or not. Maybe that'll come out eventually. Let's talk about Teen Mom. Do y'all watch Teen Mom? I used to watch it back in the day when it first came out for some years after. So I know the OG players, not the new players. So let's talk about one of the OG players, Amber Portwood. Remember Amber and Gary? And I think Amber had went into rehab and all of that stuff, but is doing well now. Well, Teen Mom star Amber Portwood's fiance reported missing weeks after engagement. Cops asked for public's help to track him down. Teen Mom star Amber Portwood filed a missing report for her new fiance, Gary Waite. So this fiance's name is Gary too. Okay. After he vanished 2 days ago, RadarOnline.com can confirm. Cops are investigating the whereabouts of Portwood's husband-to-be, who was described as 6'1", 205 pounds, and bald with brown eyes, according to the Bryson City Police Department in North Carolina. It was noted that he drives a gray 2009 Nissan Rogue SUV with Indiana license plates. Portwood is claimed to be distraught by sources close to the MTV personality just weeks after the couple reportedly got engaged. Waite recently made his Teen Mom debut when the reality star introduced her new love to the cast via Zoom. An incident report obtained by RadarOnline.com notes that Waite, 39, was last seen on Twin Oak Ave at a hotel/motel in Bryson City, North Carolina, where they were seemingly staying during a visit. She has been trying to locate him and went to the police, a source told Us Weekly. The report stated that alcohol/drug use was unknown and that he was seen around 7 p.m. on Sunday. She filed the report on Monday. Wayne is not a resident of North Carolina. RadarOnline.com can confirm. It appears the couple may live together in Indiana, as the same home address is listed for both. The case is still active, and anyone with information is asked to call 828-488-2196 and ask for Chief Robinson or Assistant Chief Dover. Now I want to get into an Us Weekly article that was put out, I believe today is the 12th, right? I want to make sure I give you all the right. Let me see. Give me a moment. Yep, today's the 12th. Okay. This is Us Weekly. Amber Portwood broke her silence days after fiance Gary Waite went missing. This is a huge deal. His parents, everybody is very worried. I'm worried. Portwood, 34, said in a YouTube stream on Tuesday, June 11th, there was not a big blowout fight or anything like that. He is a missing person right now. Portwood was up late and came across YouTube personality LB's channel talking about Waite's disappearance. So in a desperate plea for help, she called in. Nobody has found or heard from him yet, the teen mom star continued. I'm trying my best to not think the worst. I have not ate in 3 days. I slept maybe an hour. A source confirmed to us on Tuesday that Waite has been missing since Sunday, June 9th, after he and Portwood had traveled to North Carolina for a wedding. The insider told us that Portwood and Waite had an emotional conversation before his disappearance. During her recent interview, the reality star assured fans that she and Waite had not argued. I am not what people have been saying about me all of these years. I changed a long time ago. Okay, you have to understand this. Please listen to what I'm saying. I'm an honest person to you guys. We have not had explosive fights. We are very in love. This man asked me to be with him. This man asked me to marry him. Portwood said that she and Waite have a wonderful relationship and is just asking for people to pray. He left his phone, and after that is when they saw him at the Walgreens on camera. We didn't have an explosive argument, she continued. We did have a discussion. Nobody was heated. Bryson City Police Department released a statement on Tuesday regarding Waite's disappearance. An incident report obtained by us confirms that this is an active investigation. While they did not argue on Sunday, both Portwood and Waite were very upset about the conversation they had. The reality star also said she has no plans to leave North Carolina until she knows more about Waite's whereabouts. Please, if anybody sees him or hears anything, please, I am begging all of you guys, please don't think the worst right now. I am trying to be as positive as possible. Us exclusively revealed the news of Portwood and Waite's engagement on June 7th, one day after his official Teen Mom debut. Months prior, Us confirmed that Portwood had a new man in her life. In January, a source shared they had met on a dating app. Portwood called Waite the love of my life during Tuesday's interview. We have a beautiful relationship. This is the first time in my life that I have a good man. So she did that interview on Tuesday. He went missing on Sunday. She's saying that they had a discussion. Nobody was heated, but somebody close says that they were very, emotional. My thoughts and prayers are with him and Amber and his family and whoever loves him. Wishing for positivity and the best. At this point, I'm gonna be honest, I hope he just chose, even though it would be horrible, maybe he chose to get away versus the alternative, something happening to him. So I hope that we hear a positive update soon. Y'all, let's get into something that is not positive and has only gotten nastier. This is from RadarOnline.com. Exclusive, divorce turns nastier. Porsha Williams' ex issues blistering cease and desist letter to order Bravo to stop filming his Rolls Royce. Y'all, Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, has fired off a scathing cease and desist letter demanding that his Rolls Royce cannot be filmed amid the couple's messy split. RadarOnline.com can report. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star pulled the plug on her marriage from Guobadia in February, requesting their prenup signed before the couple's 2022 nuptials be enforced, and for her ex to honor their agreement that he would vacate their marital home if the couple ever split. Guabadia fired back with a request to block the Bravo celebrity from allowing cameras inside their abode to film the show. The parties raised the issue of whether the terms of the prenuptial agreement permits or prohibits filming/recording in the marital residence. As this matter was not formally noticed for an evidentiary hearing on the substantive issues surrounding the parties' prenuptial agreement, the court reserves those issues for a later determination. The order dated May 31st read, meaning the court did not rule on whether she could or could not film in the home. Guabadia's subpoena to RHOA producers pertaining to his 2021 Rolls Royce Ghost vehicle is the latest development after a judge awarded the reality star temporary use of the residence. You are notified that pursuant to Georgia law, you are ordered to cease and desist any and all photographing, video recording, taping, and filming of the Rolls Royce. Upon information and belief, True Entertainment LLC may have been filming, recording, or photographing the Rolls Royce while it may have been in the use and or possession of third parties other than Mr. Simon Guobadia. If such actions have occurred, I'm requesting that no photographs or recordings be released, disclosed, or published, as Mr. Guobadia does not consent to the same regarding his vehicle. Regardless of the use, physical possession, or operation of the Rolls Royce, please note that Mr. Guobadia remains the sole legal owner of the vehicle and as such demands your strict compliance with this cease and desist notice accordingly. So we know that Simon doesn't want the Rolls Royce to be featured on the show. As part of the current arrangement, Guobadia is still on the hook for mortgage payments and cannot enter the residence without prior written consent. Mr. Guobadia purchased and insured the 2021 Rolls Royce Ghost solely in his name on October 26, 2021. The blistering letter obtained by RadarOnline.com stated, including proof of purchase and ownership, as well as a copy of the vehicle insurance card. As such, please note that Mr. Guobadia does not consent to the release, disclosure, or publication of the Rolls Royce, nor does he consent to the taping, filming, photography, or recording of the Rolls Royce, including any aspects of activity in or about the Rolls Royce. The attorney warned that failure to comply with the request will result in his client taking legal action accordingly. Y'all, Simon is not playing with Porsha. Here's the thing. Porsha wanted the prenup to be enforced, which was that if they split, she would stay in the house. Of course, she's now filming with the Real Housewives of Atlanta, so she wanted to film there. Simon sent a cease and desist to Bravo and Truly, as original Truly Entertainment, that he wants filming in the home to cease. A judge did not say that Porsha could not film in the home. A judge actually said, because Porsha then filed an emergency order to be able to film in the home. A judge did not say she could not film in the home or that she could film in the home. A judge said that that issue would not be ruled on. The issue that the judge ruled on was that she has use of the home, has exclusive use of the home, and Simon can only come in if there's prior written consent. The judge said that once their prenup and whether or not it's going to be enforced or not has been ruled on, then they will move on deciding whether or not she can record in the home. That's what the paperwork said. It said the judge was not ruling on her being able to film in the home. So I think, like, people are saying she's not allowed to film in the home. No, Simon sent a cease and desist to Bravo and Truly Original. Bravo and Truly Original does not want to be involved in this legal dispute. So they're saying they're not going to, because that came out like, a month ago. They're saying that they're not going to film in the home until they have a court order saying they can. They ain't trying to be involved in this mess. So again, a judge has not said Porsha cannot film in the home. Simon sent a cease and desist to Bravo and Truly Original. Bravo and Truly Original has said, we're not getting in the middle of this, so we're not filming in the home unless there's a court order saying that we can. And the court is not going to rule on that until after they've settled the prenup issue. Now Simon is saying, child, you're not going to film in, around, by, near, within so many yards of my Rolls Royce. So remember when Shamia had her birthday party on it's filmed for the show, but it was shown on social media, and she got a Rolls Royce. Simon commented, said, "Congratulations, sis. It'll be fun." I'm paraphrasing, but basically watching The Only Housewife with a Rolls Royce. Kenya stepped in and was like, "Boop, I have a Rolls Royce, bought it on my own." Then Porsha and Kenya pop out together, both in their Rolls Royces, because Simon had bought Porsha. Well, I'm not even going to say bought, because if he bought it for her, he would have put it in. If it was truly for her, he would have put it in his name. But again, he's not stupid, I believe. It was in his name, but he gifted it to her. So Porsha and Kenya post their Rolls Royces together. And that was sort of like a message to Simon. So now Simon is like, nope, you won't do that. So which means that Bravo / Truly Original is going to heed that cease and desist as well. We don't want to get in the middle of y'all's legal things, so we're not going to film. Simon, well, we said it before and I'm going to say it again. Porsha did not know who she was dealing with. Simon is trying to hit Porsha and affect her on her job, because we can't film in the house, right? Or they're afraid to basically get involved in a legal issue. So they're like, oh, we're out of this. We won't film in your home. Now he's sent a letter saying, I don't want you filming around my car either. And guess what? I guarantee it's going to be the same thing like the house. We're not going to be able to film you. He's making it more difficult. And I think he's being kind of like strategic about it, knowing that clearly this is going to frustrate Truly Original and Bravo, because now we can't film in the home. Child, well, not can't, but we're not going to film in the home, nor are we going to film you driving the vehicle that you mainly drive, because of these cease and desist, which then could irritate the network. Like, here, we didn't give you all this money, because this is all alleged, but according to Michelle ATL, in which the things that she has reported on that I've seen, it's come out that she's been right. So shout out to Michelle, straight from the A. Again, the things that I have seen, she's been right about. According to her, basically, she said Kandi was going to be invited back, but not with as much money, and why some of the other people were cut so that they could give Porsha all this money to come back. This is what she alleged. I'm not saying it's true. This is what she alleged. So for me, if that is true, and even if that's not true, they gave Porsha money to come back. Now you got us all tied up. We're not filming in your home because we don't want to be involved in your legal drama. And now we can't film in your vehicle because, again, there's legal drama surrounding it. So yes, we can film. They can film her at cast events and other things, but we want the family life. We want the story. They thought they were going to get Porsha's fairy tale, child, but they're about to get the nightmare. And some of it you can't even get. From what I understand, he doesn't even want his name mentioned. So what he's doing, he's not legally stopping things, but he's using like the cease and desist, knowing that companies aren't going to want to get involved in all of that to get at her and make things more difficult. That's what I think. I think Simon is being very strategic and knows exactly what he's doing. He's like being a thorn, a thorn in her side and in Truly Original side, because that cuts out a big chunk. Again, of course, they can film her at other places, but not at her home nor in the vehicle. You know how many driving shots that we get. So it's just more drama that can't be filmed, right? So Simon ain't no fool. He said, I got you, while he over there in Dubai. Why is he still over there? I know he's saying he's worked there, but I have said this before and I'm going to say it again. We saw the paperwork showing where his original application to be over here was denied because he had gotten into some trouble in his younger years. And then he allegedly filed paperwork under a different name. So was his visa or citizenship obtained illegally? And I was like, are they just going to let that go now that that's all been exposed, right? In the on the blogs and on social media, are they going to let that go? Then a part of me is like, is that why he up and went to Dubai? Because maybe there is some heat. And so maybe he could possibly get in trouble, but now he's in Dubai. So, because he's been over there for a minute. Well, what is he doing over there? What work is he doing over there? He's even going to be recording his podcast in the studio over there, right? Simon, why are you over there? You in some trouble over here because of all that mess that came out? I don't know. I wonder. Y'all, it just keeps getting messier and messier and messier. And I do wonder if Bravo is regretting their decision to have her come back. Because Andy said he had no idea, like when all this exploded, when Porsha getting the divorce, he said he had no idea. So again, they thought, child, they was getting a fairy tale and they getting a nightmare. Child, is Porsha the embodiment of one of Taylor Swift's song? What is it, like a nightmare dressed like a daydream or something like that? Child, I don't know them lyrics, but it's something like that. Like, is she a nightmare that was dressed like a daydream, child? I would really like to know what Bravo and Truly Original are thinking now that they're having to deal with all of this. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I want to know what y'all think about Simon. I mean, the Rolls Royce, y'all, that is so petty on another level. But y'all let me know what y'all think about her not being able to film on, around, on top of, underneath, child, near the wheel, not being able to film, or him sending a letter of cease and desist filming around the Rolls Royce. Let me know what y'all think about Teen Mom. And they just got engaged, and now the man has been missing since Sunday. Let me know what y'all think about Jeezy and Jeannie. Their divorce is finalized as of yesterday, less than a year after separating. But again, we don't know the intricacies of it because it's been sealed. And let me know what y'all think about Diddy and being silent and being tied to the unaliving of Tupac and Biggie. All right, y'all, I'm about to go for my run. I'm keeping it up. Yesterday was arm day / shoulder day. Shoulder lean. And today I'm about to go do my mile run, even though I don't feel like it. I feel like getting on the couch. I feel like taking all this off, putting on my oversized sweatshirt. Y'all, I went to the men's section in Walmart and got like a XXX sweatshirt. And it's perfect because it's long, like to my knees, and big and comfortable. And I just want to put that on, put on my glasses, and watch the other two on HBO Max. All right, y'all. Love y'all, and I will talk to y'all later. See ya. Don't forget to check out my podcast episode with the Brooke Ashley on YouTube, but also go give it a download over on wherever it is you listen to your podcast app. Type in what else is going on and hit the follow button for the podcast. And don't forget to rate. Can y'all do that? Can y'all rate and review the podcast as well as the YouTube channel? I love y'all so much. Thank y'all again for all of your support. Talk to you later.